Hello, welcome to the Orlando Job Fair. We are Legacy Design Architects, and we are very excited to have you all with us today. Thank you for your interest in our firm. So to begin, I would like to introduce myself and how I got to where I am today. I am Jorli Cinturon Velez, and I am the founder of this company. My purpose is to help others so I can grow as a person and feel like I'm helping in a world where there is a lot of bad things. Through my Strengths Quest assessments, I found out that my strengths are empathy, positivity, developer, includer, and win others over, which are all good traits to have when dealing with and helping other people. For example, my strengths mean that I like to try and understand how people are feeling, I like to see the positive side of things, I appraise people, I include others in what I am doing, and I like to talk with people and make everybody like me. Through the MyPlan assessments, I discovered that I am an ENFP, which stands for Extrovert, Intuitive, Feeler, and Perceiver. This works with my purpose considering those who are ENFPs are regarded as nice, open, talkative, and emotional people, which will help me better interact with people and try to help them. I also scored a high interest in social, which means I like to talk to and interact with people. It also means that I like to relate and help those in need. My career goal of becoming an architect and owning my own company by the time I am 30 aligns with my purpose because as an architect, I will be able to build beautiful homes for people to live in. Also, Legacy Design Architects specialize in building affordable, tiny houses for low-income and even homeless people. But before I became an architect, I first had to finish my education, in which I completed my AA in architecture at Valencia and both my bachelor's and master's in architecture at the University of Florida. My degree in architecture aligns with my interests because I love to draw and see all the different types of buildings around my area. Also, since my academic program was very rigorous and I took more classes at a time, I showed my strengths and positivity by showing that even though I had a lot of work, it would all be worth it in the end. At the start of my academic pathway, I was a dual enrollment student at both UCF and Valencia. As a dual enrollment student, I was able to get a jump start for my associate's degree in architecture. This aligns with my goals because I wanted to finish school early and always find ways to challenge myself. Since I qualified for the Bright Futures Florida Academic Scholars, my tuition and applicable fees were 100% covered and I was given $300 per semester. I luckily did not need to pay for my education for the first years of college, which covered both my bachelor's and my master's degrees since I finished my associates during high school and dual enrollment was free. I made sure to successfully complete my degrees by going to tutors at the library, using the research tutoring help, and using study rooms for when my house got too loud. I also asked my cousin Alex, who is an architect, for help on my architecture assignments I didn't understand. I would also ask my dad for help on physics and calculus since he used to teach the subjects. During my final few semesters in college, I interned at a local architecture firm in order to gain experience and see what it was like being an architect. Then, after college, I completed my architect registration examination in order to gain the license required to be an official architect. Since I was a licensed architect, I applied for several architecture firms, sending my resume and a portfolio of my work done in college and during the internship. After many weeks, I was accepted to work with A+ Architects. I decided that before I started my own company, I would want to gain experience, connections, and credibility by working for an architecture firm at first. 5 years after working with A+ Architects, I felt like I was at a stable point in my life and it was time to try and start my own company. 4 years later, here I am, the founder of Legacy Design Architects, using my connections I made from my internship to now in order to make my company succeed. As the founder of Legacy Design Architects, I take it upon myself to also manage it, such as hiring new employees, finding leads, talking with new customers, delegating tasks, and making sure everybody does their job. Also, as an architect, I talk with my customers to see the specifics of the job they want me to do, design the building, and monitor construction and make sure the aesthetics are nicely done. As an architect, I need to be creative, an analytical thinker, be able to pay attention to detail, have communication skills, and understand history and the environment. And of course, I need to be able to draw and design blueprints. During my first year at Valencia and my new student experience class, I got the opportunity to interview anybody from my preferred career, so I chose my family member, Alex Vasquez, who is an operations manager from Trinity Construction Management. During the interview, I learned that as an architect, it is important to pay attention to federal, state, and county regulations for buildings. I also learned that it is good to take on as many different types of projects so I can narrow down what I like to do. My path to where I am today was bumpy, long, and sometimes confusing, but in the end, it was worth it. I love what I do, and that is why we want young aspiring architects like all of you to join our family. We want you to love where you work and to leave a legacy with the buildings that you design. Thank you for listening, and if you are interested, you are welcome to talk with me or any of the other employees at our table. Hopefully, we'll see you soon.